O Lord, set our hearts on fire for you. A lot of churches today now have more members but less Christians. More buildings but less relevance. More stories, less revelation. More of mechanisms, less of the supernatural. More administration but less prayer. More summons but less power. More flesh, less spirit. The world has now more churches but less impact. Lord, set our hearts on fire. We put in so much for adverts and publicity, but little or nothing for the fire. Church, don't you realize that if our greatest church growth strategy is billboards and flyers, then we are not any less lost than sinners wandering in a vast world of gloom. The apostles of old had not a need for billboards and flyers. All that was expedient was the fire of the Holy Ghost burning in their hearts. That was their attraction point, not billboards, not flyers, not radio jingles, not eloquence of speech, not a degree in theology or masters in management and psychology. It was the fire of God. And the Bible records that 3,000 souls were converted to Christ on that very spot. Church, we are losing the fire. We are substituting the fire with packaging and branding. Can I remind you, the first logo of the church was the fire of the Holy Ghost. We can afford to engage in rebranding now. No, let's not replace it for anything else. The billboards are needful, but without the fire, it's just another flex material flooded with colors and text. The flyers are necessary, but if they are not an extension of the fire burning on the altar of the church, then it's just another piece of colorful paper worthy of the trash can. You can attract men with publicity materials, but you can keep them with those. It's the fire that keeps men, and more so, I've lived on this terrestrial ball long enough to understand that nothing is more attractive and compelling than burning flames. And John Wesley would say, I have realized that men love to see fire burn, so I set myself on fire and watch the world come to see me burn. Isn't it a shame that men will walk into the church drunkards and would walk out the door drunkards? Isn't it a shame that people will walk into the church fornicators and walk out the door fornicators? Isn't it a shame that people will stroll into the church sinners and would leave sinners? It's even more shameful that Christians would stay in church comfortably